Hey friends, I have some really exciting news that I want to share with you guys. It's about a week late. Last week I intended to announce this, but some family things came up. So I'm about 7 days late putting this out there. But I am the new state director for the state of Louisiana for Gun Owners of America. Yes, that's right. Gun Owners of America, I am their Louisiana state director. What does that mean? It pretty much means doing the same thing that I've kind of already been doing in the state of Louisiana, but now with a title tied to it, and I guess it makes it official. A lot of the guys from Gun Owners of America have been working really, really hard over the years, and I've interacted with them. More notably, one in particular, Josh Barnhill, has become a really good friend of mine. Josh is and I want to make sure I word this right. Josh is the exiting state director, but he's going to remain as I consider him the co-state director, but his title will be deputy state director, mainly because Josh has taken on some additional responsibilities in his own, personal life, or I guess I should say his professional life. So he's not going to be able to devote near as much time. Good news is there are some things happening within my life that are allowing me to take on a little bit more. A year ago, this would not have been possible. Now it is. So I'm extremely, extremely grateful to Josh for hanging around. He and I will work hand in hand. I do see he and I will be operating as co-state directors. So I mean, if you're already doing any kind of work with Josh, certainly don't cut that off. Josh is still going to be an integral part of what we do. And again, I hope he stays around longer than he probably wants to, but I'm excited to be working more in depth with Josh and more in official capacity for Gun Owners of America. I've interacted with and represented other organizations in the past. And I got to tell you, Gun Owners of America is one of the ones from a grassroots level that I'm probably the most excited to deal with, because you know my feelings about politicians. It's less about making those guys feel important about themselves and their roles as politicians. It's less greasing of that, if you will, and more trying to cultivate that grassroots level of the people who actually matter. The ones who are casting votes, the ones who are making calls to politicians and legislators, governors, all of that, at least at the state level, and of course move on at the federal level as well. So I like the approach Gun Owners of America. Yes, of course they do lobbying too. I'm not saying they don't, but they're less about going to the politician and making them feel like big shots than they are about trying to devote more of their time to getting people like you and I involved at that local level. Because at that local level, we're seeing more and more that it makes a difference, especially this past year, as we saw constitutional carry almost happen in the state of Louisiana. A little bit stronger push, and we might have gotten it. It doesn't help that we have a Democrat governor right now. That I think he's definitely not going to be up for re-election. He can't. But I think that sealed the fate for any anti-gun Republican or Democrat going forward of potentially winning the governorship here in the state of Louisiana. But anyway, guys, I'm extremely happy. I'm very honored to be working with these people. There's a lot of good people at Gun Owners of America. Tony, Jordan, Kaylee, some people that I've interacted with here recently. Great, great folks. And again, I'm very excited to be able to help this push at a local level. Hopefully, if you guys need anything, you can always email me at my old email address, which is still my current email address for Legally Armed America. Paul at Legally Armed America if you need anything. But if you need anything in the official capacity for Gun Owners of America, simply email me at paul.glasgow@gunowners.org. Again, paul.glasgow@gunowners.org. And if you're within the state of Louisiana, reach out to me, because again, my goal along with Josh is to continue to cultivate that grassroots push to try to get these politicians to hear us, because quite frankly, that's been my biggest complaint all along. They don't hear us. Let's make them hear us.